Hey everybody, this is Pej with Pej Interventions. I'm an interventionist and a family recovery coach and an individual coach that tries to help people that are on the path of recovery. So before we get started, if you like this channel, Pej Interventions, we would really appreciate you if you would subscribe to it, if you would share it, if you would comment in the comment section and let all your friends know about this. So today we're going to talk about positive outcomes, the success stories of people that have overcome addiction or alcoholism, the people that I've worked with on the front lines and watched them rejoice and become the best versions of themselves. So what kind of people come into my path? There are former fentanyl addicts. There are people that were on methamphetamine, some in psychosis, some that have been doing it for an extensive amount of years. There's people that have suffered from alcoholism, from benzodiazepine, Xanax addiction, marijuana addiction. I have these recovery homes. So all different types of people come from different populations. Some have used for an extensive amount of years, and some have only been using for a short amount of time based off of their age or the amount of time that they've been using. So I've seen them all. I mean, I've seen so many different types of people, men, women, transgender, so many different types of people that have so many stories. Some of the women that I've tried to help have been they've been caught up in prostitution. They have been escorts. They have made money by selling their bodies. And obviously in that world, a lot of times, a lot of substance abuse comes into the picture. And sometimes women just feel a lot better when they're numbed out so that they can perform those types of jobs to get the money. And I watch these women come and transform and change their lives completely. And then on top of that, we've got men that come from all different walks of life, different families, different family systems. Some of them come from well-to-do families. Some of them come from poverty. Some of them come from the streets. Some of them have been to countless treatment centers. And so what do I see? I see a lot of people that have a certain belief system. Some people that think that they can never get better. Some people that totally want to get better. But the success stories are the ones that really give themselves to this path of recovery that we profess and that we teach within our home. We are very 12-step based, most definitely. I am a person that got my life back through the 12-step process, most definitely. But I'm all about clinical, like a clinical setting, having therapeutic help and being able to overcome certain traumas, a lot of deep-rooted stuff that people get stuck with that actually defines them and makes them become who they are in their active addiction. And so, I'll just kind of go over a couple of different things that stand out to me the most and tell you like what I see, the miracles, how I see the miracles that work in the lives of others all around me. And I take no credit. God gets all the credit. I just get to watch them rejoice. And so that makes me rejoice. And that's the most rewarding part of my job. So over the last few years, we've had a number of people. One that stands out to me had been suffering from severe depression for many years. He'd been in and out of treatment for a long time. I met him about 12 years ago. I believe that he's about 45 years old now. So he was in his mid to late 30s then. And he would attempt to get sober over and over again. But for some reason, mom kept throwing money at him and getting him a place, and he just wasn't getting better. It was constant, I'm depressed. I don't know how to process my emotions. I've relapsed again. I'm back in a motel. I've started to sell parts of my car. I've even sold my car to a scrap yard to be able to get more money. And the next thing you know, he's off to the races. Well, the good part of him is right now, I believe that he's about 3 years sober. I'm going to actually have him on my podcast for pretty soon here, Primary Purpose with Pej. But he finally gave himself to this way of life because I remember I watched him on his Facebook story. He was out in psychosis in Long Beach talking nonsensically, and he ended up trying to come to our house, and then he came, but then he left, and then he came again. And for the first 4 months while in our house, complete psychosis, totally talking to the walls, paranoid of everything that was around him. Once he got stabilized on medications, then he got into the process, both therapeutically, but also spiritually. And when he got into the process of recovery, he completely transformed his life. Now, the success story that he is, not only does he live on his own, he works in treatment, both a mental health facility and he works in a substance abuse facility, and he's about to open up his own recovery home. So is that a miracle or what within itself? Then we had another young man who was in our house for 2 years. The first year that he was there, he was fully anxiety ridden every single day, a lot of depression, a lot of suicidal ideation. He was a cutter. He would cut himself to alleviate the pain of whatever he had going on inside himself. And so we would have talks with him about getting him a higher level of care. And he absolutely insisted that he would change his behaviors and his habits, his bad habits, and get on the right path. He ended up getting a great spiritual advisor that worked very closely with him within our home. That person was actually another former resident of ours. And once they started working together, the guy had his own spiritual experience experiences, spiritual awakening, and now he's a standing member in our community. He comes to our meetings, he comes to our house, he's of service to the people. And I think at the end of the day, I mean, one of the reasons that people even get their lives back is because they become of maximum service to others. Another guy, his liver was shutting down, his heart was these palpitating murmurs, he was using methamphetamine, he was an alcoholic, he was looking at almost getting to cirrhosis, right? That's what the doctor had told him if he didn't stop drinking. That guy came, completely followed all the directions of the house. We didn't have any power struggles with him. Total miracle. The guy now is department manager for all of these grocery stores here in Southern California, living his best life. And he comes to our meetings, not because he has to, because he wants to. He loves being of service to the guys. This is a complete miracle. We've got a few different women that are at the women's home that have completely transformed their lives. Some of them were former, I would say, sex workers. Also, a few of them worked in strip clubs, nightclubs. They did a lot of escorting and things like that. They've come back. They took this thing by the horns. They not only did they work a lot through a lot of their trauma with therapists individually themselves, but they came into our style of recovery at our homes, very much 12-step based, and they have completely transformed their lives. One of them has gone on to become a therapist. She went to a major university, and the other one is currently working in a department store, but she's back in school, becoming educated so that she can go on and try to become licensed family marriage therapist. So these are the miracles that I get to see. See, my whole thing is when we get the people to come to us, we have to help them understand what their condition is, which is their alcoholic condition or their addictive condition, but then also to not just understand it, but to address it, to work towards it, to get on the other side of it, and hopefully get them to a point where they make an absolute decision to want to stay sober and an absolute decision to tap into their essence, becoming the best version of themselves. I see a lot of miracles happen. The only ones that it doesn't work for are the ones that don't take it serious. If you have a loved one that's struggling and you'd like to reach out to me, I'd love to be able to help talk to you first, and then maybe we talk to them too. They call it failure to launch. If a person just all throughout their life hasn't got to any point where they're doing anything with themselves, we try to show them that they can. And we get them in all different ages, above 18, sometimes in their young adulthood, sometimes in their older adulthood. We get a lot of people that are behaving like a teenager, but they're above 30, 40 years old because they've just been stuck in life and not been able to really spiritually, mentally, emotionally develop and be able to think for themselves and do better for themselves. Again, if you like this channel, please subscribe. Please share it with others. We'd love to hear from you. You can always comment in the comment section, or you can call me at 949-751-7761. My name is Pej with Pej Interventions. Another thing I want to point out is I'm part of Intervention on Call. We are a few providers that are family recovery coaches. We help a lot of families across America and globally around the world. If you'd like to come to some of our free family support groups, go to www.interventiononcall.com and sign up 5 days a week, Sundays through Thursdays. And you can also book individual private sessions. Those are paid, but those are more specific to your needs. Again, my name is Pej with Pej Interventions, signing out.